You and Stella maintain silent, awkward eye contact. It's really pretty out here. So beautiful. All those dead mountains. Continue down the path. Finally, you made it back to town. The holler, as the guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Doggy! Doggy! What? Do declare, who is this stranger? Oh, hello, human. Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. We'll just introduce her. We'll play it cool. Plus, she's kind of cute. Hi, I'm Bee. And I'm Stella. Pleasure to meet you. It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? Yep, I just got into town today. Oh, she has a Mothman shirt. Ooh. Wow, I didn't think there would be anyone else coming. Are you staying with Tabby? How's she holding up? You know Tabby? On mentioning of your cousin, Gretchen mutters under her breath. One of these days I'll get that Tabitha to pet me. I haven't seen her since Pearl Ann passed, or for a while before that, now that I think about it. That sounds kind of weird. I don't want to do that. I kind of want to see... How does she... Well, it's a small town, but still. I'm sorry. Did I hear you right? I can't imagine Tabitha ever doing something so bubbly. She did back when I knew her better. It's been a while. I hope she's okay. I'm worried about her. Yeah, we'll tell her that we're a little worried about her. I'm worried about her too. She's always been a little rough around the edges, but I figured she'd probably be having a rough go of things. She and her mom were really close. I think she's been up in that old mansion all by herself. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. Are you two friends? I was probably closer than most people have gotten to being able to call her a friend. The school here is really small, so everyone had to at least get along with everyone else. She was a grade ahead of me, but everyone knew her, especially since she's a Scarlet. We wound up bonding a bit when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. But then she graduated and that was that. I haven't seen that girl or her horrible little cat since I was middle-aged. Oh, before it slips my mind, if you're staying up at that spooky old mansion, you must have met Frafra. How does that monster fare? Tabitha's cat, unfortunately, we've met. She scratched me! Little turd. It sounds like you and Frau Frau have some history. Wait, what? Are you messing with me? You can't actually talk to my dog, right? Alas, you have discovered my dark and terrible secret. I can talk to animals, and animals can talk to me. Your dog sounds like a southern belle when she talks. Yeah, of course you're joking. You and Stella maintain silent, awkward eye contact. Well, next time you see that devil, please send my regards, and do let her know that not only do I still draw breath, but that I very much still plan to outlive her. Oh, if you just got into town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for coffee. They have amazing biscuits. My treat. Sure, let's go. What else we got to do in this small little town? The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with a comforting din of human life. Oh, they got pie. I want pie. I want some pie and coffee.
Agent Cooper here might want to try a slice of that pie.
A cherry pie?
All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Hi. I'm gonna be a little bit more extroverted than I normally am. Hi everyone, I'm B. Just in town for the funeral. Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into your booth, pretending the whole town didn't just gawk at you like a sideshow attraction. Well, she is with a little snowman, so... Looks like your entrance was a little more dramatic than you were expecting, huh? Folks around here don't meet many strangers, as is. With who you're related to, well, let's just say you'll be the talk of the town for a while. They gracefully place a cup of specially brewed coffee in front of Stella. Aw, shucks, thanks, Avery. And here's some bacon for the little lady. For me? For me? Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Tip, you can hit the H button on your keyboard to hide the text box at any time. Ooh! Oh, lucky little Gretchen, she's eating her bacon. Anything for you? Was it Stella said that the biscuits? I think it was biscuits and coffee. Could I have a biscuit and coffee, please? I heard they were really good. Best in the county. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and, sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyways, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's a weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. Guess we can ask about the potluck. Is the potluck a church thing? Would it be weird for me to come if I'm not a member? No, the Sunday thing is coincidental. It's actually hosted by the library. Not too many people go to church around here, if I'm being honest. Wait! A southern town where nobody goes to church? A southern small town where nobody goes to church? A non-religious community in the rural south? That's gotta be unusual. I know. We must seem like such heathens. But there are plenty of God-fearing folk in town. They just aren't the biggest fans of the local church. Well, the building's okay, but the pastor's another story. There's just something a little off about that guy. You'll get what I mean if you ever get to meet him. And unfortunately, you probably will. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? I kind of assumed I'd be spending my time trying to help Tabitha, but with how quickly she ran off today, I'm not sure that's enough for a full schedule. That's really sweet of you, but you're right. That'll definitely still leave you with plenty of time to kill. Have you thought about exploring the local trails at all? I'm usually out there a few nights a week for my job, and I'd be happy to show you around. Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Ooh, gimme. Is there nothing else coming from me? Gosh, if I had known that that plate of bacon would have been my only and main course, I would have waited before digging in. Here's your biscuit. Winnie says it's on the house. She sends her condolences. Thanks, Avery. It looks great. Mystical. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. You don't even need to taste it to know that it is good divinity given buttery form. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth, as it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Ooh. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. Damn fine cup of coffee. Whoa, this is a really good biscuit. Wow. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, as Stella mentioned, she's famous? Wait, what? You're famous, Stella? Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. Look, if you're not gonna go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm gonna do it for you. I love how the music got so serious for her to reveal she's a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber. Ooh, cool. What kind of videos do you do? She hunts cryptids. You should really check out her channel, B. It's amazing. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. Not the lake, but, you know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner? I didn't expect much out of that footage at the time, but it wound up being my most popular video by far. So, the River Runner is a cryptid that's known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird at the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls up her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. Hold on, let me see here. I wanna see what the scared in the woods. Oh, 3? There's 3 more episodes of Scared in the Woods? Oh, so it's like something underneath the water there. Gotcha. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've ever seen. I also had people saying it was a dog, or even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. It was a mountain lion. I could smell its stink from miles away. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. We're just gonna continue to be weird. You decide to share Gretchen's insight with Stella and Avery. Gretchen seems to think it was a mountain lion. Very funny. You might have gotten me earlier, but I'm on to you. You're not going to trick me into thinking you can talk to my dog. As for your theory... No. No way. It's absolutely not a mountain lion. There's no mountain lions this far east. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found Jack squat, and there's no reason one would be swimming in the river like this. They're not fans of water. And the body's too long. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. Sure, it's not like any local sanctuaries we're missing one, but there's always people keeping exotic animals as pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free, and now it'll forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commentators for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along? It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the... Wait, no spoilers. Oops, sorry, Avery. It's okay. I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends. See y'all around. I like Avery. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape. Ew, stinky. Heck yeah! Heck yeah! Skunk Ape is hilarious. I saw a docu special on it once. Stinky Bigfoot. Right? It should be a pretty fun video. It's hard to be serious when you're talking about something that's famous for smelling bad. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck playing tug-of-war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing? Absolutely! I'd love to come along. That's great. It's been a while since I've had anyone besides Gretchen out there with me. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple buddies of mine back in middle school, so it's kind of a blast from the past. Me and Kanika and Reese running around the woods, flipping over rocks and bothering salamanders. Our videos were terrible, but we had a lot of fun, and that's all that mattered to us. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us, get the old gang back together. Though, I guess Kanika has to close the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we can get him to come out of his hidey hole, if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Oh, man. Sorry to hear that. You want me to come by, or...? Okay, if you're really sure. But if you change your mind... Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. She thinks I'm cool! She's Tabitha's cousin. I know. Yeah, just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for Skunk Ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Dang. Man, that sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring her. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Reese, there's always been something off about that boy. I never did like the smell of him. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. I wonder if he's okay. Oh, he can also... Oh, yeah, he did ask. Kinda want to see. Did he ask you to bring me to his house? Why? He's excited to meet you, of course. I think you'll find most folks in town are. Is he okay? He's not feeling well. That's all. He had a lot going on in the past. Gosh, 10 years or so? But I feel like it's gotten worse recently. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious. You would love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. I'd love to meet your friend. Police officer back there is spreading rumors about me. Awesome. I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanika is much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt. So we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. Leave a generous tip? Leave a tip. You can't afford to leave a tip. Don't leave a tip. You didn't spend any money. Well, we'll leave a tip. We'll leave a tip. I don't know what our budget looks like, so we'll just leave a normal tip. You reach into your pockets and pull out a single crumpled dollar bill and a quarter. As long as you don't get sick of jelly sandwiches, your meals will be free while you're here. Share the wealth while you got it. You think to yourself. You leave the money on the table and follow Stella out the diner. Ooh. This is a cute little town. Oh my goodness, you can see the hollow up there. Is that where I live? On the cliff? What the heck? There's a little church too. Oh, she said the pastor was kind of weird though. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. Not the weirdest thing I've ever done. You feel more alive than you've been in years. Let's do it. It's exciting. You feel alive. The fall breeze passing through the leaves, the orange hue of the setting sun painting the horizon, the promise of excitement ahead. It's been a while since you felt this in the moment, this present. The world around you feels almost magical. Were a mythical creature to actually manifest in front of you, it would fit perfectly in this world. Gotta love the brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record, since last year at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds its way to be much worse. Just nice to feel the chill in the air and see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored. If only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. Why you ain't giving me those eyes? Are you really expecting to find anything out here? What are the chances we actually run into a skunk ape? in just one night of filming. That's fair. We are hunting a creature that stayed hidden from humans long enough to gain a mythic reputation. What are the odds of something like that popping out to star in my little YouTube channel? But hey, chances are never zero, right? Do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids? You know, like ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing? Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. But nothing ever happened. It was always just me and the camera, and an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. When all is said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, and I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there, but if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. Werewolves I kind of lump in with cryptids. I'd be shocked if there actually were people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast genre of cryptids. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't want to consider the possibility that they exist, because if they really are out there, geez, a lot of folks are doomed to an eternity of flames. So let's hope all that's just bunk, am I right? Ooh, what about aliens? What about Alien? What do you think about Alien? Don't even get me started. Did you see those UFO videos the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real, and they have absolutely visited Earth. Like, I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids. I adore my darling Stella, but she gets the strangest ideas in her head these days. Ever since her parents went away, she's been more and more full-heartedly with all this critter nonsense. You don't see me hunting aliens out here because we know they're real. We could do mystical. I sound so weird with mystical, but I kind of like it. We're not alone out here, but everything is cut from the same cloth. Whoa! You've got to meet my friend Kanika's mom. You two would get along. Has anything bad ever happened on one of these hikes? You know, just curious. Let me think. There was a time back in early school when Reese fell down a cliff. What? But he was fine. We had some folks from town rig up a pulley to get him out of the ravine, and his leg only took a couple of months to heal. Only a couple of months, that's great. All in all, not too bad. At least it wasn't in a full body cast. So I guess there was also the time I was out here alone and kinda got stuck in a cave. I was getting great footage of what I thought was a family of wampus cats, but I wasn't able to wiggle my way back out. Turns out the wampus cats were actually skunks who very much did not appreciate me blocking the entrance to their hidey hole. And instead of running for help, Gretchen just sat outside, bored to tears. Lassie, she is not. As if I made sure to give those nasty little skunks a piece of my mind. That's what I did, and I kept Stella company, just as she would for me if I decided to hide in a hole for hours. It took about an hour to get loose, which was pretty intense, but a few tomato juice baths later, I was right as rain, so it could have been a lot worse. Oh, and there was that time I accidentally stumbled into old Duke's property and nearly got my head shot off. Oh, lovely! That happens to everybody sooner or later. I'd barely count it. So yeah, these hikes aren't all that dangerous, all things considered. What's the weirdest thing you've seen out here, other than anything cryptid related, of course? Oh gosh, that's a good one. Let me think. Well, there's always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of the nest and eating them. That was pretty messed up. But I think most people know about that these days. I've seen tons of video of deer doing it, so I'm not sure if it counts as weird anymore. Oh, Tetanus Lake! That definitely is the weirdest. It's a 5-foot deep, 30-foot wide pile of old cans and bottles, assorted garbage, with grass and trees growing on it, so you could barely tell it was there until you stepped on it. It was practically solid ground with how much it had been compressed, but you could still fall through if you weren't careful, hence the name. Better be up on your shots if you want to mess around there. It's all stuff from the 50s too, which is super neat. I salvaged a few bottles that I keep on my dresser as little souvenirs. Did you hear that? Gretchen must be deaf. She didn't hear crap. Oh. Oh my. Calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. She didn't hear anything. She was over there sniffing a tree. Oh, Duke, you rascal. Same to you, Stella. You're always jumping at nothing. Phew. Sorry for getting spooked, Duke. I thought you were... some creature of darkness? Nah, girlie, just old Duke. Now, what the hell are you looking for all the way out here? Skunk ape. Sorry I asked. And who's this you've suckered into coming with you? Wait a tick. You aren't. Is that... Yep. I see. Welcome to the holler. My condolences. I'll keep you in my prayers. Now both of y'all head back into town, you hear? It's best you steer well clear of this area tonight. I'm out dealing with my own critter and won't be too appreciative if a couple of fools with a camera scare away the more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy? Something musky? You see anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? You never could stay in your business. Stella Richmond, put that damn camera down. Oh, come on, Duke. Maybe I can help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know, I learned from the best. That you did, but I have yet to see a shred of proof that you listened to any of it, the way you tromp around in the woods at night yelling about cowabungas, chunkabungas, or what have you. Something's been getting at my chickens. I've lost 3 this week and I can't afford to lose any more than that. I'm so sorry to hear that. But, I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chickens? Now see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. It ain't no Skunk Ape. Whatever the hell that is. Gretchen just has her blank stare. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you. Oh, Duke, you don't think it's... I do, actually. It's those damn mountain lions. They're out here, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. Those sons of bitches are sneaky. Of course, you wouldn't find any in one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's what's been getting at my chickens. It wouldn't be anything else. I'm telling you, man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 1990s, and even those were iffy. It's true. There are mountain lions out here, sure as sin. They pee all over the best trees. I can't believe you go out there on your new YouTube saying some river monster spotted by a couple of school-age Boy Scouts has been 100% confirmed. Yet Appalachian cougars are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by geezers like me. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your videos. They were calling me all kinds of names just for seeing things with my own eyes that I know to be true. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just don't think it's plausible. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of those woods at dawn. And if you two don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. Mystical, as Duke's words leave his mouth, the sinking feeling starts to pull at your stomach, and you glimpse brief flashes of something terrible to come. Whatever it is, the four of you are bound to meet it, and it will change you forever. We're gonna be mystical. There's something waiting for us deeper in the woods. Yeah, I know. I'm hunting it. What if it's not a mountain lion, though? What if it's... Oh, don't you get started again. If your daddy could hear you now, going on about these ghouls and goblins using what he taught you to run around these woods like some kind of paranormal investigator. You want that to be his legacy, girl. And besides, you know my boy Bo and me are headed to town to the state fair to show off Big Betty this week. We'll be gone days, and the chicken coop might as well have a big all-you-can-eat sign on it if I don't nip this in the bud tonight. You know how I feel about my chickens. I couldn't take it if I lost any more of my poor little ladies. And you know I have to put out a video by tomorrow evening. Mystical. As Duke and Stella dig their feet in, the feeling from before gains form and clarity. Somebody here is going to die tonight. What? You can't just flip and drop that on me. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor, and who knows what that'll mean for my career. One of us is gonna die tonight! I'm just gonna remain silent. This is between the two of them. You silently stare through Duke. Oh, stop it. You're just trying to unsettle me, so I let y'all go off in the woods to film your little video. B, I think you freaked Duke out enough for the evening. Maybe we should leave the poor man to his wild goose chase. I am not freaked out by your friend's theatrics. What if it gets you out of my hair? Sure, I'm greatly disturbed. Now run along home and stay out of trouble. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, the coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Come on, I know a trail that'll let us get around him. Oh no, but one of us is supposed to die tonight. One of us is gonna die tonight! But for adventure, for adventure. Yes, I knew you wouldn't give up the hunt. Never. And trust me, we don't have anything to worry about from old Duke or his shotgun. I've gone hunting with him before, and the mountain sounds like a truck crashing through the trees when he walks. Even if we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. The trail's up this way. Let's go. Alright, this looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera? She hands you the camera and takes position. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious bee, and I have found ourselves on a high hill in Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive, yet pungent, skunk ape. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southern edge of the United States, including right in this very county. Here's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. And keep digging, Gretchens. I can take that camera off your hands now. We'll be able to start the tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. In the meantime, we get to take in all this gorgeous scenery. Mystical. Duke may be gone, but that feeling in your gut still lingers. Something terrible awaits you, something unavoidable. Though what exactly is wrong in these woods still eludes you. Are we just gonna ignore? You're just gonna ignore everything? Just pretend everything's fine? Just smile. There's something wrong in the air. It feels oppressive, dark. You don't have to mean stinky, do you? Do you think you're smelling the skunk ape? Yep, that's gotta be skunk ape. Though I've never smelled an actual skunk, so it could be that. I wouldn't know. Stella sniffs the air. Yep, that's a skunk, alright. How else do you think a skunk ape got its name? Good to know it might still be in the area. Quiet moment with Stella is broken by a loud, cussive snort. Oh God, the skunk ape found us! Now it is we who are the hunted. I wish. That's just the sound a deer makes when they want to warn the rest of their herd about big scary predators like us. Let's go check it out. As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for her flashlight. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of light while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Pain, rot, decay. A deer? Let me at him. How dare you infringe upon my dear Stella's personal space? Let me at him. And then it's gone. Jeez, Gretchen, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself. Oh my, it seems I was consumed by a blinding rage. How very unladylike. What must you think of me? She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. You're too much of a potato, and they don't make harnesses to fit potatoes, do they? Why do you bring her with you? Gretchen doesn't seem like the safest choice for a hiking companion. Excuse you! Though after that outburst came over me, well, I suppose I can see the merit of your concern. I actually find her to be quite the opposite. Sure, she wants to chase stuff, but I usually let her when I'm not on one of my cryptid hunts, so I can't hold that against her. I'm just happy she's still so feisty, even at her age. Pugs aren't exactly known for their good health, and here she is, running around in the woods at 17. And I feel like the fresh mountain air and exercise has helped a lot in that regard. You defy the laws of nature, don't you, Gretchen? I love Gretchen. She's adorable. I think that deer was threatening us or warning us. I think he was just sick. That thing on its face? I bet it was an abscess or maybe a tumor. It's not like wild animals can get those taken care of, so they just get bigger and bigger. Poor thing. There's not much we can do about it. Well, that got my heart rate up, so I'm ready for the hunt. Let's go. Same for me. How about we take a quick snack break to fuel up, and then we'll get right into the night's activities. I've got all the best trail snacks. I love snacks. You got oatmeal raisin cookies? As you settle down to rest, Stella breaks open the bag of assorted snacks. Oh my goodness, you do have all the best snacks. Oh. I don't think I can have the trail mix, but I can have the apricots, I think. Unfortunately, it looks like there's peanuts in the trail mix. Yup. Can't have those. Oh, I'm actually allergic to peanuts. Oh, yikes, I'm so sorry. There are only peanuts in the trail mix, but I totally get it if everything in my backpack makes things a little much for you. I'll be sure to keep that in mind in the future. He likes me. We'll do dried apricots. Grab the handful of dried apricots. Gosh, we snack like an old woman. I actually tried these myself. I wound up getting a bunch of apricots for free from Janie a while back, and I didn't know what else to do with them. It's wild how easy it is to make your own dried fruit. Really? Maybe I should try it out sometimes. Yeah, you just slice up your fruit of choice and put it in the oven at like 200 degrees. Set a timer for 4 hours, and you come back to a whole mess of dried fruit or dry herbs for tea. Do make sure you set a timer, though. That's the most important part of cooking, honestly. Never assume you'll be able to tell how much time has passed. I guess that actually applies to a lot of things. You and Stella settled down on an overlook, snacks in hand, as the quiet sounds of evening wildlife wash over you. Gretchen gnaws on a stick, distracted for the time being. So, tell me what it's like in Minneapolis. You have a house, an apartment? You live with family? Roommates? Pets? Tell me what it's like to be. Oh, she's doing an interview now. Or she's trying to see if there's anybody special in my life. I live in a closet in a house with 10 roommates. What are we, Harry Potter? I live alone in a dingy studio apartment. And it's a mixed bag. At first it was kind of nice to finally have a space that was just mine, but now it feels cramped. It's like I'm stuck in a closet alone and no one can come and let me out because I chose this for myself. And as far as they know, I'm happy being there. Wow, that got deep and sad really quick. Lights flicker. The toilet is constantly getting backed up because the landlady upstairs keeps flushing her cat's litter. It smells like cigarettes for some reason, and it's home to an extremely durable population of roaches. Sounds lovely. Actually, it just sounds like an average Minneapolis apartment. But I guess it's home. I do what I can to spruce up the place. Got a plant? You know how they say living things are supposed to brighten up a room? The plant's probably dead. I can't keep anything alive. Been watering a plastic plant for the past 5 years. When you put it like that, I wonder if staying in that old mansion is a step up or a step down for you. Maybe just a step sideways? Have you tried looking for a different place? Or maybe finding roommates? There's gotta be a better apartment than that in the big city like Minneapolis. Ooh, maybe we can be like, hey, you wanna be my roommate? I've thought about finding a place with roommates, but I haven't really landed on anything yet. Maybe I'll look into it when I get back. Oh yeah? So what do you do for a living? I'm a YouTuber. I'm a streamer. Ooh, a YouTuber and a streamer. That might be interesting. I'm gonna put on my streamer. I'm actually a streamer. This is why we have the dingy apartment. Oh, no way, a fellow content creator. That's awesome. I knew we had a lot in common, B. What sort of streams do you do? Ooh. I do a little bit of everything. I play video games. I mostly stream video games. That's cool. I'll have to check out your channel sometime this week. How do you like it? I wouldn't trade it for the world. Most people I meet tend to raise their eyebrows when I tell them what I do, but I love it. Or you have to explain them what it is, and they're like, what is the twitches? Why are you twitching? Might not be much, but it makes me feel like I'm taking control of my own destiny. Believe me, I can relate. I don't think I'd give up what I'm doing for anything. Crisp breeze passes over you. What about you? What's your living situation? Gretchen and I live in a little house just outside town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it, and I'm glad I could keep it in the family. My great-grandfather built that house, and he must have done a great job because it's just as sturdy as it's ever been. Oh, do you live with your parents? Family home and all? No, it's just me. They aren't with us anymore. Oh, because they're dead? Why is that an option? Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible with talking to people, but I would never say that. But I would say about the Dead Moms Club. It's okay, you didn't know. And I've done my mourning. You don't have to watch your tongue around me or anything. Life goes on. Oh no, I had to say something about the Dead Moms Club. Well, we gotta do it. We're weird and awkward. Huh, I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club, huh? I guess we are. How are you holding up? I'm okay. Hanging in there. It was a long time coming, so it wasn't a surprise. I kind of come to terms with it by the time it actually happened. And it's not all bad. She doesn't have to be in pain anymore. That's a relief. The hospital bills are another story, though. Yeesh, I can't even imagine how bad that must be. Just salt in the wound at that point. Whoa. My stars! What was that? That sound wasn't meant for human ears. Whatever lurks behind the tree line is something best left unseen. But the events of this evening were already set in motion long before you stepped foot in Scarlet Hollow. There's no turning back now.